This is Bennie, 4 sessions condensed down into one video, and this is the dog that has a little bit of sensitivity to pressure. He wants to dart out of the pressure, which is what that initial line was there. So you can see he's chasing right here. There is no hope for that sheep to get back to me. So when he does get into the pressure, he's on the inside eye. You could see it perfectly there, that he's looking at the inside and he's pushing them away from the handler. So this is just showing that he has a little bit of difficulty going into a tight space, so I know that he's definitely feeling the pressure there. So he does come around, and I'm just showing that my paddle there is a block, and he just ran smack into it on his own. So he's not necessarily super soft to pressure, but he does feel it. So there he's on the inside again. And he stops, he pulls himself up short. Part of that is he thinks he's on balance, but he's also on the inside eye. So you can see my little arrow pointing to the inside eye of the sheep. They're not looking at me, they're running past me. So I'm going to take him into a small pen and try to kind of fix this a little bit. You can see again, he's pressure sensitive. He doesn't want to come into that pressure. And the sheep aren't looking at him or challenging him or anything. It's just a tight pen. So I'm going to get him going around and see where those green arrows are. That's the outside eye. He needs to be making his way there to get around, but he grabs a heel. Dogs who grab a heel on the way around are not trying to get out to the heads and turn your livestock. So I'm using my paddle here as a block, and I'm putting it on his butt. Number one, to try to get him to go a little faster, keep him going forward, and I back myself into a corner. So I've got to make the picture happen for this dog. So I've got to show him what I want. So I push him around, I make my way to a corner. See, he actually gets to the outside eye a little bit. Look where his eyes are looking. He's looking to the outside slot, and he pulls up, and then he does kind of drift towards the inside, which that's okay because my sheep were stopped there. So he pulls up short again here. I'm pushing him around, and he grabs that heel. So he's not trying to make that hole. He's not trying to bring me livestock yet. So I'm going to push him a little faster, a little wider, and make my way to a corner. And they do look at me there. But again, here's another go, and he's pulling up on that heel. So he's got to make that hole, got to get on the outside, trying to make his way around. I do think some of this is pressure, so in the next session I'm going to take him into a smaller pen, do packed pen work with him. But I also do think he just doesn't have the concept yet of working for me. He's working for himself. So there, I get it to happen again. Mostly this has to do with the size of the pen. That was an excellent go. So he's going to make it around here. I push him through. And then here's the good one. I'm going to push him through again. So I'm on the shoulder and kind of on the butt. Push him through on the butt. You look at his eye, and he is on that outside eye of the sheep, which is the blue arrow. So he's got him turned towards me, and they're only going to look at me for just a second. So I'm going to go into the pack pen and let him get comfortable with this pressure. So you can see this is immediately right off the bat. He's not very confident yet. So I'm going to let him sniff. I'm just going to let him stand there and get used to being under pressure. If he tries to cut in front of me, I'm going to block him. But here I'm just going to let him see that he can move these sheep because he doesn't know that yet. So he does cut in front of me. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because he's calm. I'm going to start giving him the hay when we start getting popcorn sheep going. So that hay comes in handy, guys. He knows when I start saying hay that he better back off, look at me for some direction, and I'll help him. So he's learning that here. So he's there, he's nice and tight on the edge, feeling that pressure.
Good boy.
If they look at him, he can bite.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy.
Get him up.
So I'm letting him get comfortable. I'm not expecting anything major at this point. Just get comfortable in the sheep. You can see his face is loosening up. He's actually letting him
boy. Good job. Good job.
I'm able to still block him and keep him in that corner. So just keep him going the way I
Good
want to go.
boy. Good job, buddy.
Make him face those
Nice.
heads and understand that he can push on them if they look at him. And then see what I'm going to do is these are lambs and they're not dog birth at all yet. So I just kind of peel him off the fence for him if he's having trouble. So you do want the dog to have some success. But see, that hay is going to get him paying attention to me again. One of them just jumped on him and he kind of nipped at the head a little bit.
Good
That was
boy.
fine. So see, I want to change his focus to this one along the
Good
fence.
boy,
Put some
hey?
pressure on him and get that to happen.
Good boy. Good boy.
And now we're going to go into a slightly bigger pen with broke stock. So you see how much easier he comes into the pen for me this time. And he's kind of starting out on butts a little bit. He's kind of sniffing butts and looking at heels. See right there. So I'm going to get on him and push him out. Still on the butts a little bit, so I'm going to keep putting pressure on him, just pushing him out when I see him turn in on the butts. You see how much more fluid he is and more comfortable he is in this pressure. Push him out and make him go. Just going to go around and look at him going to the outside eye there. So he is starting to kind of understand this, and that small pen, that really packed pen, helped him feel comfortable in the pressure, comfortable enough that he didn't have to dart in and out, and he can now make some improvements. Just he's so much more fluid here and very comfortable. You can see how much more comfortable he is.